One of the greatest pitchers you've likely never heard of hails from Cuba. His nickname, El Diamante Negro, the Black Diamond. This is the great Jose Mendez, possessing a dynamic fastball, a great hard-breaking curveball, and pinpoint control to go along with it. He dazzled not only in Cuba, but also in the Negro Leagues here in the United States with the great Kansas City Monarchs. And how did the great Major League manager John McGraw describe Jose Mendez? Only as a combination of Walter Johnson and Grover Alexander. That's pretty good.
Now it's the right fielder, Sellers. And a pitch. Fastball for a strike. And away we go this afternoon. Strike two.
And he left that changeup up. Got away with one there. And he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Here's the left fielder, Sanders. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
You know, Jose Mendez wasn't just a terrific force on the mound. He was a really great manager, too. He was the player manager for the Monarchs for 3 straight years as Negro National League champs, as well as the 1924 Negro Leagues World Series.
2 outs, base is empty. Martin Digo digging in now. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Something I found out, Mendez was actually a shortstop when he was growing up, but he did some relief pitching as well. When Jose signed to Almendares, they made him a starter, and his first start was a shutout. And now 2-1. That one to first base. He handles it himself.
The relationship between the Negro Leagues and Cuba and Spanish-speaking countries in general was a bond created by baseball. Negro League players would venture down to Cuba well before major leaguers would go there, and of course, they were welcomed with open arms. And as I reflect on my friend Buck O'Neill, who recalled going to Havana, as he would say, when Havana was Havana. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful, as Buck would recall, how much they enjoyed the scenery and the treatment that they were welcomed to when they came to Cuba. And then when the Cuban athletes would venture away from home to come play in the Negro Leagues, they got the exact acceptance here in the Negro Leagues. You see, the Negro Leagues just simply did not care what color you were. All they cared was, can you play?
Bottom of the first. And now Sellers. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. That clips the corner.
Such a long history of great players from Cuba, Boog, and not just in the Negro Leagues. Long before Jackie Robinson broke the Major League color line in 1947, Dolph Luke was an ace for Cincinnati and Brooklyn. He was able to play because of his lighter skin.
So up next, Sanders. That's in there. That's strike one. You mentioned those pre-integration Cuban players, Chris. After the color line was broken, of course, that opened the door for more great Cuban-born players like Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Louis Tion Jr., and Tony Perez. Next pitch is outside.
Boog, you brought up those old Cuban players like Minoso and Oliva, but there are plenty of Cuban-born stars in the majors these days, too. Guys like Yordan Alvarez, Raisel Iglesias, Randy Rosarina, and Luis Robert Jr. are lighting things up in the show these days.
Makes the catch for the out. And there are two down. 2 outs, base is empty. And here is Ford. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. This one lifted in the air, left field. Glass makes a nice running catch. Back here at Southside Park, we head to the bottom of the second, and here's the first baseman, West. And that's in for a strike. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. 2 strikeouts now for Mendez. Perry digs in now. And a good eye there. And a foul ball. Swings and misses. And the count is 1-2.
2 strikes.
Mendez keeps mowing down Chicago with his 3rd K. Here's the second baseman, Little. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-1.
And that is cut on and missed. And it's 0-2. Line drive and a base hit. And that extends the inning. Newman getting ready to hit. And there, and it's 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Second inning here, no score. Swing and a miss.
Physically, Jose Mendez reminds me of the great Major League pitcher, Pedro Martinez. Built almost identical. He was a small man, wiry, long arms, long fingers, an arm much bigger than his stature. Blazing fastball, high-rising fastball with a sharp breaking curveball, and then you add the dimension of pinpoint control. He was virtually unhittable.
With the tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the 9th, Perry now at the plate. 1-run game, bottom 9. Good eye right there. Right-hander kicks, deals. Got him swinging. He's 2 outs away. Next to hit, Little. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he punches him out. He went around. So they're down to their final out. Here's the center fielder, Newman. There's a strike at the knees. And it's 0-1. This could end it. Ball game. Mendez closes it out.
Mendez's breakout season in 1908 as a youngster is one for the record books. The Cincinnati Reds had ventured down to Cuba as Cuba was open now for goodwill tours of baseball. Jose Mendez welcomed the Cincinnati Reds to his native Cuba by pitching 25 consecutive shutout innings. Oh, it gets even better. He would go on to add to that number, compiling 45 consecutive shutout innings against both minor and major league teams during that particular jaunt there in Cuba. I'm not sure you'll see that feat duplicated again.
And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the bottom of the 8th. Here's the third baseman, Sawyer. Fastball for a strike. Jose Mendez's whole run against the Reds is incredible, but I want to focus on the first game they saw him. Mendez went out there and threw a one-hitter, and he was just 21 years old at the time. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One up, one down. Walker in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. A little out front there as he swings through it. It's crazy what Mendez was able to do in 1908, and not just against the Reds. He led the Cuban League with 157 strikeouts. That was almost twice as many as the next best pitcher in the league. Man at first with one gone, and now the center fielder, Todd. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
0-1.
Back on that series against the Reds, Jose had such dark skin that the Reds wouldn't sign him, even after he dominated their hitters. They did sign his lighter-skinned teammate Armando Marsans 3 years later. Marsans was good, but Mendez was the real star on that squad.
Rhodes in the box now, takes strike one.
Ooh, missed a mistake right there.
And a swing and a miss. 2 out. So first and second with 2 outs. Here's Turner now. Just missed. In there at the knees. And the count 1-1. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. That's a strikeout. Back here in Indianapolis, now it's the second baseman, Saunders. Mendez back to work. There's a strike. Big swing and a miss.
No ball, 2
Kicks
strikes.
and deals. Got him looking for the K. He's 2 outs away. Now the left fielder, Fox. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
That one pushed foul. Base is empty, 1 away. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Shelton will hit next. First offering, and it just misses. And that drops in for a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. 1 strike away. Got him. And that is the ball game.
Jose Mendez had the stuff. He had all the stuff. So much so that the great James Leslie Wilkinson, the owner of the Kansas City Monarchs, would bring the Black Diamond over to Kansas City. Mendez responded as the Monarchs would become a juggernaut there in the Negro National League. Jose Mendez was a tremendous pitcher because not only did he start, he also closed games, many games, as a member of the Kansas City Monarchs. In 7 amazing seasons in the Negro Leagues, Jose Mendez posted a 30-9 one-loss record with a dazzling 3.46 ERA.
Foster digging in now. And he deals. And fouled off.
When Jose Mendez joined the Monarchs in 1920, he became the final piece of one of the greatest rotations in baseball history. They had Mendez, John Donaldson, and Bullet Joe Rogan, all future MLB Hall of Famers.
2 on, 1 out, and now Perry. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Going back to that incredible Monarchs rotation, Chris, it makes me think of the Braves stats in the 1990s. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, or even 2019, the Astros with Cole, Verlander, and Grink. Little swings through it for strike 1. They're down to their final strike.
2 more great historic rotations, Boog. The 1966 Dodgers with Sandy Koufax.
Jose Mendez's dazzling pitching career was somewhat shortened by the fact that he had some arm trouble about 6 years into his career. And he moved to shortstop, and he played a great shortstop. But when he needed to toe the rubber, Mendez summoned up the strength to get out on the mound, and he dazzled once again, helping the Monarchs capture the inaugural Negro Leagues World Series, an exciting 10-game series against the Hilldale Daisies out of Darby, Pennsylvania. And Jose Mendez was one of the stars of that series, winning the deciding game number 10 to bring the title home to the Heartland.
Jose Mendez stepping in now. Lined, and that's a base hit. McDonald headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and they're up by 3. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's 4-0. And next will be the cleanup hitter, West. Mendez back to work. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
It's not just that Jose Mendez won Game 10 of that 1924 Negro Leagues World Series. He won Game 6 in relief, too. But what he did in Game 10 really was sensational. A 3-hit shutout to close out the series.
Now it's the shortstop, Perry. That's in there. That's strike 1. On that incredible Mendez performance in the 24 World Series, don't forget that he was in his late 30s, and Game 10 was played in Chicago in 30-degree weather. Jose Mendez was absolutely built different. So it's their last chance in this one. Little getting ready to hit, and a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. They're down to their final strike. Mendez is just 1 strike away. It's over. Jose Mendez.
Jose Mendez was one of the most dominant pitchers this game has ever seen. The Black Diamond. Oh, and he was a great one. He is rightfully enshrined in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. It's almost shameful that it took until 2006 for his induction, but he's finally where he absolutely belongs in the National Baseball Hall of Fame as one of those stellar arms from both Cuba and the Negro Leagues.